Welcome to WhiteHouseKGB.com. My name is Mike Kryzhanovsky. I'm here to share my 30 years experience on espionage, counterintelligence, politics and military art. We provide here services on political and military strategic planning, decision making, espionage techniques, also complicated criminal investigations. Take a look around. Have fun.
Counterintelligence. 1. Mafia.
A few words about mafia. Not only Italian but Russian mafia, Chinese, whatever, rules and levels are the same. So remember, mafia is working at 3 levels. Lower, drugs, weapons, racketeering, money laundering and other regular criminal activity. Middle, involvement in economy, big banks and corporations and even politics. Upper, government infiltrations. Mafia has strict rules of its own. Help your brother no matter what. Revenge is inescapable. Obey orders. The order is a trust. Minimum membership, maximum profit. Leave no evidence. Don't lie, steal or cheat inside mafia. There is no justice but mafia justice. Kill politicians if they seriously offend your financial interests. And finally, use exchange of favors everywhere. Use corruption. That's the best machine gun.
2. Crime investigation.
Investigation has the rules, technologies, secrets and tricks of its own. We're going to talk about criminal investigation. First, always look for an insider. If you come to the scene and if it's a sophisticated operation like bank robbery. First, secure and examine the crime scene. Then, collect physical evidence. Collect confessions and eyewitnesses' accounts. Make a plan. Research similar crimes and criminals involved. Make a model, a profile of the suspect. Analyze the data. Work with secret sources or recruit secret sources to solve this crime. Cooperate with other divisions abroad if necessary. Arrest the guy, the bad guy. Interrogate. Now, how to arrest? Let's have a look.
3. Arrest.
Chasing the object, block the area into circles and then narrow the circles. Push the guy into a certain place where your team is waiting. Taking the object in the street, take for the partners everywhere. Arresting a crew, shoot and disarm people with guns first. Never hesitate to shoot terrorists. They are usually mentally sick. A dangerous object while he's relaxed, sleeping, having sex, on drugs or drinking alcohol. To take the object alive, scream, shoot in the air, use smoke and light grenades. Camouflage your team if you want to arrest the object in a populated area. If there's a crowd around the object, shoot in the air and order everybody to lie down. The object has no choice but lie down too. And if the object is well armed and very dangerous, you have to shoot him no matter what, even if he is in a very crowded area.
Art of War 1. Sniper.
Sniper is probably most important person at war. He has his own golden rules. Camouflage yourself 10 times before you make a single shot. Don't be a mark yourself. Kill officers and military leaders first. Use suppressive fire to cover a retreat. Use rapid fire when the squad attempts a rescue. Shoot from front, flanks and rear only. Never approach the body until you shoot it several times. Careful, the object could be wearing a bulletproof vest. And most important, don't be a mark yourself.
2. Sniper's mistakes.
Pay attention at the mistakes. First, sniper is watching the target instead of his aiming point. Sniper jerks at the moment his weapon fires because he thinks he must fire now. Sniper forgets to apply wind as needed. He fires from the edge of the wood line. Don't do this. He causes overhead movement of trees, bushes, or tall grasses. Finally, he's using trail, a road, or a footpath. It's wrong. He's using built-up and populated areas and areas of heavy enemy guerrilla activity. It's a very wrong step. Your key targets are snipers, officers, vehicle commanders and drivers, communications personnel, weapon crews, optics of the vehicles, communication and radar equipment, finally weapon computer guided systems.
3. Military tricks.
Let's talk a little bit about war secrets. There are a couple, like artillery preparation and airstrike, deception, the assault imitation. Then you can use phony minefields. You can issue false orders over the radio, imitate tanks, fighters and bombers assault while preparing to retreat. You can use dummy units and installations, phony radio traffic, movement and suppressive fires in other areas timed to coincide with the real attack. Remember, you have to change positions at nighttime only. You can use dispersal to relocate and spread out forces to increase their chances to survive. You can imitate fake ballistic missiles divisions. You can use sex strategy, means cutting the enemy's army into separate groups. You can use strategic bombing. You can simulate bombing of minor objects. You can use counter battery fire. Airborne operation, when helicopters transport troops into the battlefield and provide fire support at the battle sites, simultaneously with artillery fire, keeping an enemy off guard.
4. Storm of the city.
While storming the city, remember, effective intelligence is 90% of success. So push the enemy to attack you, because if you attack, first the victim's calculation is 5 to 1. Blockade the city completely. Attack from different points, flanks and rear only. First, you have to capture the tall buildings and put machine gunners and snipers on the upper floors. Get all important crossroad bridges. Transportation system must be yours. Don't use tanks on narrow streets. Use paratroopers to capture important objects like airports, government buildings, military headquarters, ports, railway stations. Block highways. Good luck.
Espionage. 1. Special operations.
Special operations, or I call them strategies. Let's talk about strategic espionage. It's not like you know a lot about this stuff. So, special operations. Domino or chain reaction. The same stuff we see now in Egypt, January 2010. So, chain reaction is a coup, revolution or civil war in one country which provokes the same actions in other countries, usually neighbors. Next special operation, false flag. The planned but never executed, for example, the planned but never executed 1962 operation Northwoods, plot by CIA. So it involves a scenario like hijacking a passenger plane and blaming it on Cuba. Sliding operation or sliding strategy. Transformation of a secret operation into an open one. You support an illegal opposition, then comes revolution. Restriction. You damage, limit international and economic connections, project of the enemy. Monopoly. Special operation to keep country's monopoly or status as economic leader or special nuclear holder or high-tech producer. Includes actions to restrict the attempts of other countries to get strategic raw materials and modern weapons and technologies. Reverse effect. The government declares a certain goal and launches a military or special operation, but the result is something quite different, possibly opposite. Examples. Instead of separating ethnic group A from group B, both of them are being exterminated. Instead of peace and democracy in a certain region, power is being concentrated in one group and the opposition is being exterminated. Clash operation. You clash the government and opposition of the target country and support civil war until the country is ruined and you get the country for free.
2. Strategies.
Salami slice strategy. It's a process of threats used to overcome a position. It includes the creation of several factions within the opposition opposing political party, and then dismantling that party from inside without causing the sliced sides to protest. Positive shock operation, a domestic operation. To save the government during crisis, special service provokes artificial civil conflict or sabotage, terror imitation, and the government takes care of the problem. Control crisis expert. Sanitation border, like fencing the target country by enemies, neighbors. Passive sabotage, a very effective strategy used to cover up a major action like the assassination of a president or the destruction of several office towers. You just don't see the bad guys who are going to kill the president, like John F. Kennedy. Special tour. You help the target country to build democratic institutions like government and local administrations by sending official crews to help. Actually, they rule the country, and that's the hidden occupation. Finally, mask operation. You mask your actual global plans or reforms by another big action, war.
3. Illegal espionage.
In June 2010, FBI arrested 10 Russian illegal spies or undercover spies in New York, Massachusetts, New Jersey and Virginia. 2 weeks later, in July 2010, all of them were sent back to Russia and exchanged for 4 American agents, Russian citizens, secret sources recruited by CIA. So nobody was convicted. Not even one Russian spy was convicted here. Obama said that it was a gesture of goodwill. It was a lie. He didn't send these 10 Russian spies, including Ann Chapman, international espionage sex symbol, as Playboy says. He didn't send them as a gesture of goodwill. No. The problem is, one of these illegal spies, Cynthia Murphy, who lived in New York, so she had personal and business contacts with Alan Petrikov. Alan Petrikov is was one of the biggest sponsors, and maybe will be one of the biggest sponsors of Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign. Now, imagine Cynthia Murphy's lawyers interrogating the Secretary of State Hillary Clinton in Manhattan criminal court, asking her questions like, Mrs. Clinton, were you or are you working for Russian intelligence service? Mrs. Clinton, did you have any personal contacts with Russian spies? Can you imagine the scandal? Can you imagine negative publicity Obama does not need before his re-election campaign? So that's the truth about Russian illegal spies. A very unusual operation.
4. Interrogation.
Interrogation is a conversation, and it's up to you to make it professional information gathering. So the intent of interrogation is to control an individual so that he will either willingly supply the requested information, or if someone is unwilling, participate in the process to make the person submit the demands for information.